Here we are for another blast of innovation. Thank you so much to everybody that's joining me today. I'm excited you're here. I know that we have a lot to do to get ready for the holidays, that you all have a lot to do to get ready for the holidays. So I wanted to pick a topic to talk about for the next 10 minutes that is one of those things that really gets under my skin. It's one of those topics that drives me a little mad. And if you've ever seen me speak or read any of my work or engaged with us in any way, you know that I have some very strong feelings about brainstorms and why they suck. And in fact, oftentimes you'll hear me say that you shouldn't even be doing them, or it shouldn't be the only thing you're doing. But I also recognize that brainstorms are a important and easy, frankly, way to get everybody together, to collaborate, to discuss, to debate, and ultimately to innovate. So I wanted to talk today about why your brainstorms suck, why you come out of them feeling as if you didn't get the ideas that you needed, as if maybe it's the same ideas being regurgitated, or maybe just it was a complete waste of time. Have you ever walked out of the meeting thinking, wow, that was an hour of my life I'm never getting back? So what I want to tackle today is 3 reasons why your brainstorms suck, a little bit about how to get over them, and then one bonus one that I think is crucial. In fact, to me, it's the crux of all of it. So I took some notes so that I wouldn't forget these 3 because I think they're so important. So let me go over them with you. So why does your brainstorm suck? Well, the first one is because it's not so much of a brainstorm as it is arts and crafts and icebreaker exercises. Here's the thing. Interaction, exercises, engagement is critical in a brainstorm, regardless of if you're trying to come up with a new product idea, solve a problem, figure out the holiday party theme, whatever it is. Exercises are great. What's not great is when those exercises lack purpose, lack objectives. I had a woman call me the other day and she said, you know, Tamara, I had this workshop host come in and she was phenomenal, her content, but only a small group of the people in the audience, in the room, actually participated in the exercises. Why would that be? So I asked her a little bit about the exercises and I said, aha, I know why. It's because the exercises, while fun, didn't connect, weren't relevant. So when you think about leading your next brainstorm and you want it to be high energy and engaging and interactive, I also want you to think about, how do I create exercises that have a purpose, that make people think, that connect people in new ways, that give them new paths for ideas? I'm going to give you an example of one of my favorite exercises to do, and it's with M&Ms and it's fun and it's all of that. But more than that, it is purposeful and people get incredible amount of insight and new ideas out of it. So it's simply this. Everybody on the team, let's say there's 25 of us in the room, have taken the IQE, our Innovation Quotient Edge Assessment. So everybody knows their unique everyday innovator style. And that's important to understand for this exercise. The purpose of this exercise is to get them to see how working in diverse teams, meaning teams where all these different people innovate differently, but to actually see how they, hold on, I'm just gonna pin myself really quickly, to see how they innovate differently. So here's how the exercise works. Everybody's at the tables broken out, making sure everybody has a different innovator style, and they're all unique. So one's a collaborator, inquisitive, one's an imaginative, futuristic, one's a risk taker, experiential. You get the point. They get together, and as a group, they build something out of the M&Ms. And at the end of that exercise, we debrief the insights about what it was like to work together, what it was like to build together, the struggles, the challenges, the value that people brought, the challenges people brought, how the solution was different than if they had built it, if everybody was the same. You get the picture. The point is not for me to share with you the whole exercise, although I'm happy to give it to you later. The point of this is to understand that in a brainstorm that's arts and crafts and just a bunch of fun exercises with no purpose, people tend to break down. They tend to disengage because while fun is great, what's the point of the exercise? So one of the reasons that brainstorms can suck is because the exercises turn into arts and crafts, icebreakers that you found online. The way to get out of that and to avoid that is to be purposeful and intentional with your exercises, to make sure that you can correlate them directly to the task at hand, not just to have them for fun. Does it take a little bit more work? Absolutely. But is it worth it? Yes. So that is the number one reason why I see a lot of brainstorms suck and how to get over it. The second one is, and actually let me just preface this by saying that this is a huge challenge for a lot of us that lead brainstorms in any way. Excuse me. The second one is we accidentally discuss, debate people, not ideas. We are discussing and debating each other, not the ideas. When that happens, it becomes personal. It becomes about what you said, Bob, and what Jill's idea, and what Tamara, what I said, versus about debating constructively the idea itself. And here's one of the reasons I find that happens. Brainstorms are often built for people like me, extroverts. So I, as you can tell, can fill up an entire room with my conversation and my air, right? I can suck the life out of a room. So I'm great in a brainstorm when a bunch of people are just talking. But there's also introverts in the room, and they need to think, they need to process, they need to write. And we need to get the stuff down on paper. So here's one of my favorite, simplest things to do, and I think one of my clients' favorites as well. When we're doing any kind of workshop together where we're tackling a challenge with a new innovative lens, I don't have them just say the ideas out loud. I have them write them on sticky notes, and then I have them post them up on the wall. Then, instead of me facing you and debating you, I'm debating and discussing the ideas that are up on the wall. I know what I wrote. I know what you wrote, Ken, but that's not the point. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like I'm debating and discussing the ideas. Here's what my experience has shown. When we debate and discuss ideas, not people, we get to the right solutions. We fill those holes. We see the opportunities. We're able to have real, honest discussions about the ideas at hand. So one of the big reasons why brainstorms suck is because we get into this horrible loop of discussing and debating people, not ideas. We want to flip that. We want the focus to be on the content, the ideas, the discussion, the points, not the people. So simple to get over. You just got to get stuff down and get it on the walls or somewhere so that we're all physically facing the ideas that we're debating and not each other. The third one is, and actually I alluded to it a little bit just now, the third one is kind of the introvert-extrovert challenge. Like I said, brainstorms are often built for people like me who suck the air out of a room and talk on and think out loud. And you can hear it in even the speed of my speech, right? We want to build brainstorms that aren't just built for one type of person. We want to build them for all different types of people. We have all different types of innovators in the room too. So if we want to build brainstorms that work, we got to build the agenda of the brainstorm in a way that speaks to different types of people. Maybe there's reflection time, maybe there's talking time, maybe there's small groups, maybe there's big groups. I would highly encourage going onto our website and getting all the free tools that are out there and the different types of exercises that tap the different types of innovators to actually go and bring those to the meeting, to use those to tap all the different types of people in the room. We've got to build it, and we've got to build our brainstorms in a more dynamic way. That's how we get over the sucky factor, because most of them are built one way for one style of thinking. There's a reason why we don't only have one style of thinking on our teams. Those ideas don't go well. We want all different types of people on our teams, but we got to build brainstorms that leverage them. One of my, I think, most rewarding experiences is when we go in and we do these brainstorms, these workshops with clients, and I consistently hear afterwards, Tamara, that was so amazing that you and your team at LaunchStreet were able to tap into everybody in the room. It's not because we're brilliant. It's simply because we brought tools and resources that speak to everybody in different ways. That'll help you go over to the suck. Now, let me, in our time remaining, talk about the bonus one I mentioned in the beginning. This, to me, is at the foundation of it all. And this is why the brainstorms really suck. It's because they're at 3 p.m. with scented markers and Blake easel pads, and we're shuffled into a room and expected to innovate out of nowhere. We're supposed to come in as blank slates, get warmed up, do the work, cool down, pick ideas, all in an hour. if you want your brainstorms to succeed, the times when you do want to bring those people together and collaborate, because that can be so powerful, we got to allow people, we've got to give people permission to innovate outside of the brainstorm while they're doing the work 24/7. If you allow people and prioritize innovation outside the brainstorm, you'll get more innovation inside the brainstorm. People will come with fresh perspective and ideas and challenges. They'll be percolating already. In fact, they'll probably have implemented some of it already. The mistake that we make that makes our brainstorm suck is we expect people to just keep their heads down outside those scented marker times and then pop with innovation when we get together. It's not how we work. It's not how our brains work. That's a topic for another time when we have more than 10 minutes. Here are the 4 things you're going to do to make sure your brainstorms don't suck. Number 1, no more arts and crafts and icebreakers. Only exercises with intention that have an objective attached to them. Number 2, we're going to discuss and debate ideas, not people. Make it about the content. Number 3, we're going to build brainstorms that tap everybody, not just one style of thinking. And number 4, we're going to give people permission to innovate outside the brainstorm so they can do more inside the brainstorm. All right, my 10 minutes are up. Thank you so much for joining me for this today's rant on brainstorms and why they suck. I can't tell you how many bad ones I've seen, but I also look forward, now that you know the tricks, I look forward to your stories about how you make them rock, because brainstorms can be powerful. We do need to bring people together, but we got to do it in a way that works. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back on my next one.